Right, hey guys, welcome back to Storytime. Alright, today's story is a bit of a cheeky one. It's called Nude Nigel and it's by Tony Garth. Are you ready? Nigel simply hated wearing clothes. Every morning, Nigel's mum would struggle to get him dressed. "Oh, this shirt tickles, take it off," he would shout. "Oh, these socks make my feet itch, I just can't stand it." As soon as his mum put his socks on, Nigel would take them off again. Eventually, Nigel would be dressed, but not at all comfortable. Nigel would be so uncomfortable that he would wriggle and squirm and scratch and fidget until he just couldn't stand it any longer. It didn't matter where they were, when Nigel had to take his clothes off, nothing could stop him. Even in a busy supermarket, his mum only had to turn her back for 1 minute before Nigel was completely nude. It was quite embarrassing. Hope you don't do that. It was the same at school. If Miss Harper took her eyes off him, even for a moment, Nigel would be out of his clothes in a flash. The other children giggled at him, but Nigel didn't care. He was happy when he wasn't wearing anything at all. One day, Nigel and his mum were out shopping. They'd booked a holiday and had called in at the travel agent to pick up their tickets. Nigel's mum was so busy putting the tickets safely in her handbag and chatting excitedly about their holiday that she didn't notice Nigel unbuttoning his shirt. Uh-oh. As they walked along the street, Nigel wriggled out of his clothes and he dropped them in a trail on the pavement behind him. Nigel's mum wondered why everyone was staring and giggling at them. She looked down to see nude Nigel. "Oh, Nigel," she said, "your clothes are filthy. Luckily, we have to buy you some more for your holiday anyway. Although, I don't know why I bother. I don't suppose you'll wear them." "My little boy needs some clothes," said Nigel's mum to the lady in the clothes shop. Yeah, I think he does," agreed the lady. "Oh, you do look smart," said Nigel's mum as they left the clothes shop. "Please try to keep them on," she added, "and I'll take you out for some lunch." Nigel tried to sit quietly in the restaurant, but his new shirt scratched his neck and his trousers felt very uncomfortable, and his new socks itched even more than his old ones. "Oh, whoops," said Nigel. "I've dropped my fork on the floor. Will you get it for me please, Mum?" What's he playing at? Nigel's mum disappeared under the table to reach the fork. When she reappeared, Nigel was nude again. "Oh, Nigel," said his mum. "Sorry," said Nigel, "but they were just too uncomfortable." A rather serious looking waiter walked over to the table. I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to leave," he said. "We have a very strict dress code in this restaurant. Clothes must be worn at all times." A few days later, Nigel and his mum and dad were packed and ready for their holiday. "In a few hours, we'll be sitting on a sunny beach," said Nigel's dad, "and you can take your clothes off as much as you like." Nigel couldn't wait. He took his clothes off in the taxi. He took his clothes off again at the airport lounge. He even took his clothes off on the aeroplane. It wasn't long before they arrived at their hotel. It was a beautiful sunny day and they all decided to go straight to the beach. Everyone on the beach had their swimming costumes on, so Nigel's mum and dad began to undress. "Come on, Nigel, you can take your clothes off now and no one will mind." "Nigel? Where is he?" But Nigel would not take his clothes off. "Oh, the sun's far too hot," he said. "And besides, I don't want to get sunburn, do I?" Look at him. And that's the end. Right, he is a cheeky little boy. I hope none of you guys do that when you're out shopping or in a restaurant. Definitely not at school. Definitely not. Well, I hope you enjoyed it, guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.